recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Z Games.
Z Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at ZEDGamesAU.
Hello, you're listening to Z Games. My name is Zara, and with me in the studio this episode is...
Hazel.
And...
Poiter.
Oh, Poiter.
Poiter!
Oh, man.
Poiter's back.
I'm kind of loving the twang on that.
Poiter.
How are we all doing today?
Good.
Yep, full of energy.
Full of energy. I love that. I'm feeling like sort of like 90% level of energy, which I think is going to come in handy later when we go through our news, reviews, and gaming discussions.
Indeed.
What's this? What's this? Oh my god.
News.
This week in gaming news, BAFTAs.
Yep.
The British Thank you. Academy of Film and Television Arts has had their Games Awards recently, and here's a highlight of the categories and winners. Artistic Achievement went to Neva by Nomada Studio.
Awesome.
Evolving Game went to Vampire Survivors by Ponsol.
That has been evolving.
Multiplayer, Helldivers 2 by Arrowhead Game Studios.
Nice.
Unsurprising.
Narrative went to Metaphor Refantazio by Studio Zero.
Refantazio.
Debut game, Balatro.
Yep.
Wow, yep.
Which I feel isn't really a surprise.
No. Not at all.
And, this is a bit of a sweep. Animation, Family, Game Design, and Best Game all went to Astrobot. So
yeah, that's not surprising either.
They've kind of been sweeping up all the awards.
Like, hey, let's make an actually fun, good game that everybody can play, and lo and behold, it wins awards for all the fun, good, easy games to play.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I just wanted to also highlight that Balatro had a pretty interesting acceptance speech that featured the Joker from the trailer, and he did address that Jokers can be intimate. So if anyone was wondering, we've got that confirmed now.
Okay. It's good to know.
He also wanted to mention that local thunk is very, very rich now.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they are.
Speaking of rich, economics of Nintendo. Hazel, do you want to read this one out?
Sure. The launch date of the Switch 2 was announced recently, and although Nintendo has assured that there will be plenty to go around, the price point is looking a bit steep for many gamers, with it sitting at $699 for Australians. And Nintendo has acknowledged that yes, it is pricey and some people will miss out, but you can just buy the Switch instead. There's also a bit of uncertainty in the US and Canada regarding when pre-orders will be open for them. Pre-orders for Nintendo Switch 2 in the US will not start until April 9th, 2025 in order to assess the potential impact of tariffs and evolving market conditions. Nintendo will update timing at a later date. The launch date of June 5th, 2025 is unchanged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they've allowed pre-orders still just as yet, even though it was originally supposed to be April 9th, but...
I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out.
Yep.
Like, I think it's just going to be... It's probably going to be a bit of a slow sell initially. Not a lot of people have a lot of spending money at the moment.
And I don't think Nintendo really has to worry about selling out of consoles fast, even if it isn't for the money aspect. No. If you want a Nintendo, you'll get a Nintendo at some point.
Yes. Peter, do you want to read out the news nibbles we've got here?
Yeah, certainly. So, Playside, the Australian studio behind Dumb Ways to Die, has declared that an unspecified number of employees will be let go due to a restructure. Hint, it's because of people with money called investors.
Shocker.
Go figure. Elon Musk has attempted to prove that he is a real gamer by streaming Path of Exiles 2 from his private jet. He got insulted a lot and died to a tutorial boss, and then deleted the stream afterwards.
To be fair, I have also been known to die to a tutorial boss, but I did not put that on screen.
No, here's the thing, for context.
Private jet, but
for context, Elon claims to own an account that is the highest ranked in Path of Exile 2 worldwide, or at least I believe did claim to own that account recently.
And I'm not claiming to be the top player in Path of Exile 2. I'm claiming to be perhaps the second worst player, right above Elon Musk.
I can claim to own an esports team that wins trophies, but can you prove it?
I don't know.
Well, everybody has long been saying that he's just paying somebody else to play the game for him so that he can claim to be a pro gamer.
Sounds about right.
Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 4 players discovered that characters seem to be a lot more clothed recently, baffling gamers as to why Ubisoft would bother censoring the game 10 years after its release. The reason? It was due to accidental adding content from the Japanese version of the game to the World Wide Web. But don't worry, the nips are back.
That is good to know. I wanted to make sure that everyone knew that Ubisoft is on the case and they took the clothes away like as soon as possible. So it's all good. Far Cry 4, normal as usual.
Indeed.
We've got some upcoming games. April 10th, that's today, brings Monster Energy Supercross 25 for the PS5, Xbox and PC. Promise Mascot Agency for the PS5, Switch, Xbox and PC. Star Overdrive for the Switch. The Talos Principle Reawaken for the PC. Willow Guard for the PC. All in Abyss Judged the Fake, PC, Switch and PS5. Blueprints for the PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X. Progress Orders for the PC and Switch. Hazel, what's coming out on the April 11th and 15th?
That would be Big Buck Hunter Ultimate Trophy for PS5, Xbox, Switch and PC. On April 15th, we've got Dive the Depths coming out for PC, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage Tape 2 for PS5, Xbox and PC, Lush Foil Photography Sim on PS5, Xbox and PC, and Monument Valley and Monument Valley 2 coming out on Switch.
And what else is coming out on April the 16th, Peter?
Kitchen Wars. That's it.
Yay!
Just for the PC. But absolutely amazing game. Lots of fun.
In sort of like, sadder news, the composer behind Cult of the Lamb has passed away. Massive Monster, the studio behind Cult of the Lamb, has announced that the audio director for the game, known as Riverboy, has passed away. The game and the studio won't be what it is and won't be the same without him. He would want you to listen to his music and remember how much it meant to him to share it with you all.
Hey, 4ZZZ listener, April Atonement is here again, marking another year of supporting the station we love. If you've been jamming with us for a while but haven't subscribed yet, why not take the plunge today? You'll go into the draw to win a prize and get a hefty, flavourful spoonful of warm inner glow. Head over to 4zzz.org.au to subscribe today.
And I also wanted to say a big warm welcome to Andre and George, the most recent 4ZZZ subscribers. It is a great time to subscribe to 4ZZZ right now during April Atonement, but we'll talk about that later.
Indeed.
Before that, we've got a
review.
review.
It's a review. That was you.
Take it away, Peter.
Indeed. Hazelight Studios. Do you guys know it?
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
They
okay.
did It Takes Two.
It is. This studio is best known for their Game of the Year winning title, It Takes Two, back in 2021. That was their last game. They have followed up that amazing game with this year's Split Fiction. Much like their previous success, this game is designed exclusively for 2 players, offering no solo option. While the setup may not appeal to everyone, it's this very focus on cooperative play that delivers some of the game's most engaging moments. The story follows 2 struggling writers, Zoe and Mio, named after the creative director's daughters,
Aww.
who couldn't be more different. Zoe's bubbly and optimistic, a fantasy lover through and through. Mio is more grounded, cynical, and obsessed with sci-fi. They've been invited to a tech company that promises to bring their ideas to life, but instead, their creativity is essentially hijacked and used against them. They find themselves trapped inside a strange simulation made up of their own stories and have to work together to escape. I noticed a lot of undertones in the story surrounding AI integration and the belief in AI stealing creativity. with a not too subtle hint at corporations wanting to own everything. This was heavily emphasized by everyone referring to the tech creating the simulation as the machine, and the CEO's obsession with the machine as their lifelong work, and the fact that they own it, further underscoring the theme of control and exploitation. It's a fun setup on paper, and the game leans into it with lots of energy and imagination, but to be honest, I found the story a bit too predictable. You can see the character arcs and emotional beats coming a mile away. Zoe and Mio slowly learn to respect each other, bond over shared challenges, and uncover the truth about the shady company. It's sweet at times, and there's nothing wrong with that writing itself, but for a game all about storytelling, I was hoping for a little more surprise or depth. That said, what really carried the experience was the gameplay. This is where Hazelight shows its strengths. The moment-to-moment mechanics are sharp, creative, and constantly shifting. My co-op partner and I were never doing the same thing for long. One minute we were grappling across rooftops in a glowing city, dodging lasers and flipping gravity. The next we were navigating a floating fantasy market full of talking animals and tricky puzzles. It keeps things moving along with a lot of charm. The character controls are tight and satisfying. You've got double jumps, air dashes, wall runs, grappling hooks, and more. And the game is generous with respawns and checkpoints as well. So it's approachable, even if one of you isn't a platforming expert.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
Yeah. Trust me, my co-op partner had plenty of missteps, but we were always laughing more than we were groaning.
Okay.
The co-op mechanics are thoroughly designed. There were so many moments where communication was key. Timing jumps, solving puzzles together, coordinating switches. These kinds of things are where Split Fiction really shines. There's a real joy in those moments of teamwork, even when things go hilariously wrong. And they did, often. We definitely had a few wait, was that on 3 or after 3 moments? There were a few rough spots too. Sometimes one of us would race ahead a little too far and the other would get stuck in a loop of catching up. And while the game does a good job of keeping things flowing, those hiccups did break the rhythm now and then. Still, they were minor bumps in an otherwise smooth ride. The music, composed by Gustav Griefberg and Jonathan Jahaberg, deserves a mention. It's not overpowering, but it matches the tone of each world as well, adding atmosphere without ever getting in the way. Whether we were soaring through space or exploring whimsical villages, the soundtrack quietly tied everything together. So, where do I stand with Split Fiction? I think if you've got someone to play with, a reliable co-op partner who enjoys creative platforming and light puzzle solving, it's a genuinely enjoyable time. The story might not blow you away, but the variety in gameplay, imagination in the environments, and the shared moments of teamwork make it a worthwhile journey. It's not a game I'd call essential, like It Takes Two, but it is one that reminds me how fun it can be to play with someone else. Not just side by side, but truly together, communicating, laughing, sometimes failing, and figuring it out. And for a co-op only game, that's the real point of it all. So yeah, Split Fiction came out on Steam, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS earlier in the year on the 6th of March, but it is going to be a launch title for the Switch 2 when it comes out, and I honestly think that'll be a great way to play it.
I can see that. Like, just having it on your console, you go over to your friend's house or your partner's house or whatever, and you're just like, hey, here we go, controller for you, controller for me, let's go.
Yeah. It was a little bit more challenging than It Takes Two. It Takes Two was a lot more forgiving with timing and things. Split Fiction very much required you to actually properly communicate with your partner that was playing.
I feel like a lot of the gameplay I've seen for Split Fiction is a lot more high intensity, I guess.
Yeah,
a lot more hectic.
It does look a lot more
intense.
intense.
More timed, a lot more action orientated sort of idea. There's a lot less forgivingness in its nature. One particular moment that I absolutely love and remember is my partner was driving the motorbike in a scene sort of idea, and me playing as Zoe on the back. I'm trying to do a capture where I have to select boxes or lights to try and do a hacking mini game, and spoiler, regardless of what you do, you fail. But it was hilarious me trying to get through at like 17 levels of capture just to try and do this hacking thing.
Isn't there a bit where like
enjoyable.
you need to like unlock the screen using the other character's face or something like that?
Yep, that's one of the levels. You have to kind of try and aim it and whatnot. And then it's like, okay, cool, type in the password. And it's just like, what's the password? And it's like, she tells you it audibly. So you have to then try and... Yeah, it's... moments like those were absolutely hilarious sort of idea and a lot of fun, especially when your partner can't drive a digital motorbike and they're just crashing into everything.
Who can drive a digital motorbike?
But it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Review. Outro. Review. Outro. Review. Outro.
The review was reviewed.
My name is Zara. You're listening to Zed Games, and with me in the studio this episode is Peter and
Hello.
Hazel.
Hey.
Hello. How are you two
Hello.
doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah. Still full of energy.
Oh, wait, oh, hang on. What? Oh no, what's this?
What?
Another review?
A re-review. Review.
At Zed Games.
Review 2.
Yay!
If you're employed and you have rent to pay, you're about to relate to the story of Kyle, a janitor at Howling Hugs who is just scraping by. Now, rent is due in a week, and the CEO has just announced that for this week there is mandatory overtime for everyone, otherwise no one gets paid. The problem: Kyle is a werewolf, and werewolves tend to come out at night. So, let me introduce you to the Were Cleaner, where you have to complete your work every night of the week with minimal deaths and without being discovered. Daryl, the friendly security guard, is set up as your antagonist, to Kyle's great reluctance. It's pretty simple. You clock in for the night, and you have to clean a certain number of messes in the office. Of course, overtime is mandatory for everyone, so everyone is also at work in the office. And if Kyle finds himself in a room with a person, he will eat them. You understand the issue here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Armed with a
Yeah, there's
vacuum
other people.
Armed with a vacuum cleaner and a washer, the Were Cleaner is a hectic game of cat and mouse where you're the cat and also the mouse. Dodging office workers, hiding around corners waiting for them to pass. You pick up other tools and tactics as the week progresses that allows you to navigate this hostile workplace. And Daryl is getting closer each night to figuring out that the wild critter loose in the office might be something more. There is an incredible amount of charm and humor in this game. There's a bit of environmental storytelling that you're exposed to throughout the levels. There is a rebellion that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Each night is a bit different, with different parts of the office being accessible or certain routes being blocked off. The art style is really cute, using 2D art for the cutscenes and 3D for the gameplay. It's all simple and expressive, which allows you to watch Daryl's steady descent into madness. I had a few tense moments, and yeah, I ate a few people along the way. But the Were Cleaner is just a fun, goofy game. A nice way to knock out 15 minutes here and there, or blast through in a single sitting. Speaking of descent into madness, I've got a second review. Time is 5:40 past 11. I have received another artifact from my old friend, Professor Ortway. He writes again about how he misses working with me out in the field, and his remorse about the accident. I immediately felt a chill down my spine and was once again back in the cave, trapped and hopeless. I composed myself. I need to focus on my work. Time to start the examination. A stop-motion archaeology horror game, The Children of Clay is an extremely short game, taking me less than 30 minutes to complete it. The premise is quite simple. You have been sent a clay statue from a colleague to examine and research. You have some tools on your side, a magnifying glass, matches and a candle, and of course your library where you can search up keywords. Utilize the library correctly, and you'll piece together what this statue is all about. This game is eerie. It is scary through its use of stop motion, its pacing, and the audio design. At times it felt quiet, and although I felt that thrill that comes with figuring out a bit of a puzzle, I was also nervous. There's no jump scares, nothing jumps out at you, it's just you in a room with a creepy little statue. The developer actually made the statue by hand, and the way it's all executed is just the perfect balance of fearful intrigue. I want to know more, but I'm scared of what knowing more will mean. The start of this game ties into how the game ends, and it just completes it. The Children of Clay, a really satisfying, nerve-wracking experience that you can complete in a single sitting rather comfortably. It's lived in my mind, trapped as if I am trapped in a cave with no way out. Children of Clay was developed by Balazs Vronyai, and before I forget, the Aware Cleaner was developed by Howling Hugs. Rent.
I want to play all 3 games that have been reviewed tonight.
Oh,
I don't say that often, but all 3 of those just spoke to me.
I feel like we had a pretty good assortment this episode. The Children of Clay was... I desperately wanted to play it. Everyone looked like they were having a spooky, fun time. And I also had a spooky, fun time. And I kind of wish it was longer. It probably took me about 25, 28 minutes to actually complete it.
okay.
But also, it was like a snack. A perfectly balanced snack. It was like those salted caramel tarts, like the tiny little ones, and you bite it and like you finish it in 2 bites. And you're like, that's really good. Is there any more of that? And there is no more, because that was the last
That's
one.
it. That's
Yeah.
the entire experience.
It's tragic.
But the whole thing was worth it.
The whole thing was worth it.
You get the vicarious experience of a second snack if I play it and you watch me.
Ooh, done.
Hey listener, did you get the memo? It's April Atonement, a month-long opportunity to make amends for lapsed subscriptions and go in the draw to win prizes from some of our friends. New Farm Cinemas, BMAC, Oasis, Heaps Normal, Jets Fitness, Brisbane Festival, Stork Furniture, Vicasati, The Buttery Music School, Gyrostream, Smoked Garage, Outside the Box, and Vanilla Zulu. Become a subscriber this April Atonement. Head to 4zzz.org.au now.
You're listening to Zed Games. My name is Zara. With me in the studio this episode is Hazel and Peter. And we've got something we want to talk to you all about.
Indeed.
It is April. And more specifically, it is April Atonement time. This is the time where, if you're a 4ZZZ subscriber and you let your subscription pass...
Repent
Repent Atone
now.
for your sins. It's okay. None of us are without sins, but by subscribing to 4ZZZ, you can be cleansed of your sins. We rely on our subscribers to keep the lights on, replace our headphones when they get a little bit too busted, and make sure that nothing catches on fire.
That's a main one.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're not too worried about that last one, but
No.
it's
important though.
It's important.
Yes.
We don't want the place to catch on fire. But as long as you subscribe, it won't catch on fire. This sounds like a threat.
It is. Something like that.
Isn't it?
Something shifted there.
Yes.
Peter, where can people go to subscribe to 4ZZZ?
If they wish to subscribe, if they wish to repent, do their confessionals, they can do it at 4zzz.org.au. .au. Yes, 4ZZZ.org.au.
Fabulous. And look, if keeping our lights on isn't motivation enough, there are also prizes. And there's
Indeed.
some pretty sick prizes you can go into the running for. Peter, what's your favourite prize?
My favourite prize is BrisFest Riverfire Package. So with this one, get ready for Brisbane's biggest night of the year on Saturday, September 6th with a money can't buy experience at Riverfire by Australian Retirement Trust. You and a friend will score exclusive access to the Brisbane Festival VIP River Party, valued at $500 per person. Enjoy unbeatable views of the fireworks, plus a premium food and beverage package as you celebrate the spectacular night in style. Honestly, I hope I win that one, but I'm sure one of our lucky subscribers would enjoy doing it as well.
If you end up being one of those lucky subscribers, can you please take a selfie when the Globemaster flies past you? Because that's what I would do if I won that prize.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
specifically capture the Globemaster in the background.
Yeah. Hazel, what prize do you want to win?
I would love to win the pet prize. So
Ooh.
if you get a pet subscription for one of your fuzzy, feathery, or scaly friends, you can win an outside the box pet portrait. So outside the box pet Outside the box artist, Kaz, specializes in producing quirky, fun pet portraits which capture their personalities. Her artwork is sure to bring a smile to your face. Kaz specializes in acrylic painting, but also does drawing and multimedia. This April Atonement, one lucky pet subscriber will receive a custom-made pet portrait.
Ooh.
You can visit outsidethebox.gallery/collection/pet-portraits to see her gallery if you'd like to. I am sure that link is on our website if you don't want to try and decipher it from me saying it out loud.
Yep.
Please note that this prize is only available for actual pets in a traditional sense.
Okay.
Any cats, dogs, birds, fish, reptiles, etc. are eligible to win.
Right.
So,
And,
not my pet dolphin?
Dolphin?
Probably a bit hard
I
to
don't know.
photograph.
What about...
I think they're more worried about like your pet rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. But
I think we
what about a
can
portrait of my pet
all
rock?
agree that I should win that and have Dart get some professional photos done.
I mean, it's professional
Dart-
art.
Yeah.
It's professional art, yes. But Dart
Professional
would
art
look
of
so
Dart.
good in portrait.
Indeed. Like just a handsome dude in a suit.
He is a handsome guy.
He is a handsome guy. Dart is my cat, by the way. If
Yeah.
you aren't aware, he has awesome photos. How about yourself, Zara? What would you like?
I would love to win the Vicasati double 6-month balanced membership. Vicasati exists to support and inspire human optimization, enriching life through movement, restoration, and community. You can win 2 6-month memberships to the Vicasati bathhouse.
Ooh.
Relax and restore between the traditional sauna, hot and cold magnesium pools, and ice plunges, all outdoors in their bathhouse.
I wonder if they would actually fit me.
I
don't fit in most baths, so
I believe. Plus, also, if you bend your knees, you'll also become
but
shorter.
that's not as fun, but I'm sure I can still fit somehow.
Well, that's all right. Maybe this prize isn't for you. Maybe it's for me.
Maybe.
Did you think about that, Peter?
Yes, I did. I think you
We've
would
got
thoroughly
prizes
enjoyed it.
for all sorts of people, and there are lots more prizes that you
There
can
is.
check out on our website.
There's
For
tons.
ZZZ.org.au if you want to resubscribe.
There's a prize for under 18s, for bands and solo artists. There's a household prize. There's a business prize. If you are a business person, there seems to be a prize for everything except the
There is a
kitchen
lot.
sink.
And if the idea of winning a prize, the chance to win a prize, is not enough to convince you, good news, because you also get the warm inner glow of supporting your local community radio station.
Aww.
And discounts on all sorts of stuff, from our merch store to our subscriber discount outlets, and
like Netherworld.
Indeed.
and shows that are supported by 4ZZZ.
Yeah.
Yay!
Sort of bouncing on from that, 4ZZZ is pretty... I'm going to be real with you all. It's pretty important to me. I joined the radio station in about early 2020 during the COVID times, and what I discovered was a beautiful, vibrant, chaotic, hectic, strange community who were just happy to be together. And that's the kind of thing that you get to support through a subscription.
And you get to be a part of it by listening to us.
Yeah. So have a think about it. Just pop over to 4zzz.org.au, and we love you.
We do.
We love you.
Yeah.
And we love community radio.
We do.
Please help us keep doing it.
Oh, we just got a subscriber.
Oh, yeah.
Maylee, we love you. Big hearts. Thank you, Maylee.
Wait, is that
May
I believe
Lee,
it's the same
as opposed to
Maylee.
Maylee.
Gamers supporting
Shout out.
gamers we love.
all right?
Yay!
We're coming up to the end of the show. This happens every week, but it's all right because we'll be back next week.
Indeed. It's unfortunate.
But before we head off, just want to say goodbye, good night, and I love you all.
Game
I love
on.
you too.
Bye.
I love you all. But games. Play some games.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games. If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app.
Or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.